Welcome to another episode of Inside the Living Room. There are some things that you must never say yes to, and there are some things where you must ever say never to. And we're going to look at 8 ever say nevers of the Christian leader. Number 10, or number 8, sorry, because I 8 12 up, so I can't number 10, I 8. Never put the image or the profile of the leader above the call or the heart of the leader. As a Christian leader, it's about the calling of God on your life. The prophets of the Old Testament had one central thing in common: the calling of God on their lives. God qualifies the call because of Him called them. So it's not that they're qualified and then get called. It's Him qualify them and call them. In fact, that is their call, the qualification, the fact that they are called by God. So never put the image or the profile, what you think a pastor or a leader should look like, above the fact that God has called you as a pastor and leader. When I look at the Old Testament, I see Jeremiah, the son of a priest, who ended up eating shut up your mouth. I see Amos, who was a farmer from Tekoa. I see Haggai, who married a Sketel. I see Daniel, who was a vegetarian refugee. All kind of different individuals. And what was essential was the calling of God on their lives. They never fit any profile apart from the fact that God called them. Nowadays, it looks like, say, calling take a background to mode of dressing, which seminary you went to, what is your qualifications from a seminary. And all of these things have been set in the molds of men. And if you continue to focus on the mold of men, you might end up serving man instead of serving God. Never put the image or the profile of a leader above the call of God. If God calls you, make that be the central thing. God has called you. Leaders are revered, and rightly so. Good church people submit to their pastors, and they like to see their pastor leading from the front with authority and enjoying good things. However, if we're not careful, we forget that we are there to serve the flock. As Christian servants, remember that we lead through we serve. Jesus washing disciples them foot, but He was the Son of God. Leaders are servants. Never forget, no matter how highly you're revered, never forget that as a leader, you're a servant. Number 8, 7, this will be number 6. Never make ministry about you. It was James, I think, who called himself a bond slave. You know, remember, we're only middlemen. Very little or nothing about the ministry we are involved in is about us. It is God who's using us. When people revere us, it's only God that they should revere. It's really God that they should revere, because He's the one who calls, He's the one who empowers, and it's actually His word. When them reject we, don't take it as how we them a reject. When them big we up, and how we them a big up, because we're just messenger. You know? It is God's message. It is God who is really the empower, and Him we work for and work through. So never make ministry about you. If you are in the way, one thing I have to tell you, and this.